Welcome to Motor Authority, and today, we take a deep dive into one of the most advanced missile defense systems the United Kingdom has ever engineered, the DragonFire Missile. Not just a missile, but the next leap in directed energy weaponry. Fast forward to 2026, and Britain has officially entered a new era of combat technology. Born from a multi-company collaboration under the UK's Defence Science and Technology Laboratory or DSTL, the DragonFire system isn't your traditional missile. It's a laser-directed energy weapon designed not to destroy with explosions, but with beams of concentrated light moving at the speed of light. Let that sink in for a moment. We're talking about harnessing the power of lasers to eliminate threats with zero warning, no sonic boom, and absolutely no trail. That's not science fiction. That's now. At its core, DragonFire is not a missile in the classical sense. Unlike tomahawks or exocets, it doesn't ride on a propulsion system to its target. Instead, it fires a highly focused laser beam capable of delivering precise thermal destruction to its target in milliseconds. This isn't just groundbreaking, it's game-changing. The laser is designed to be mounted on a range of platforms, from Royal Navy destroyers to mobile army units and perhaps, in the near future, even aerial drones. Think about the tactical advantage of a weapon system that can engage incoming drones, missiles, or artillery shells at the speed of light, without needing to reload, without worrying about ammunition costs, and without producing any debris that could be tracked or intercepted. So, what makes DragonFire so special compared to other laser systems already in development worldwide? It comes down to three primary factors: power, precision, and control. First, power. DragonFire delivers over 50 kilowatts of directed energy, enough to melt through metal, disable optics, or ignite fuel tanks in midair. But it's not just raw energy. It's how it's delivered. The UK has integrated beam combining technology, taking multiple low-power lasers and merging them into a single, powerful coherent beam. This process not only boosts power but also stabilizes the beam for long-distance targeting, something traditional systems have struggled to achieve. Next is precision. Through a combination of advanced electro-optical sensors and cutting-edge tracking systems, DragonFire can lock onto a target smaller than a coin from kilometers away. And once it locks on, the laser beam hits that target with pinpoint accuracy, keeping the energy tightly focused for maximum thermal damage. The result: instant disabling of electronics, structural failure in UAVs, and the ability to blind surveillance devices without making a sound. And finally, control. One of the most underrated aspects of DragonFire is its versatility in engagement. The operator can dial up or down the intensity of the beam. That means this system isn't just about destruction, it's about smart engagement. Need to burn through a plastic drone body? Done. Want to fry the optical sensors on a reconnaissance device without taking down the whole craft? Also possible. This degree of operational control gives military commanders more flexibility than ever before. Rather than launching explosive missiles that risk collateral damage or escalation, DragonFire can neutralize a threat quietly and precisely, a key advantage in complex urban warfare or peacekeeping scenarios. The 2026 iteration of DragonFire marks the culmination of nearly a decade of R&D and extensive testing that began with sea trials in 2023. This year, the UK Ministry of Defence has begun rolling out DragonFire systems aboard select Royal Navy warships, marking the first operational deployment of this class of weapon in British history. Traditional air defence missiles, like the Sea Sceptre, cost upwards of £1 million per shot. DragonFire? Each shot of laser energy costs a few pounds in electricity. Imagine the budget impact of that shift. It's like trading gold bullets for beams of light that cost the same as powering your house for a few hours. But it's not just about cost savings. Laser weapons are effectively immune to jamming and decoys. Unlike radar-guided or infrared-seeking missiles, DragonFire doesn't care about your countermeasures. It locks onto what it sees and delivers damage instantly. There's no warning, no launch signature, and no missile to intercept. Of course, like any new technology, it's not without limitations. The biggest is weather. Heavy fog, rain, or dust can scatter the laser beam and reduce effectiveness. But advances in adaptive optics and beam compensation have made 2026's DragonFire far more resilient in adverse conditions than earlier prototypes. And the UK isn't stopping here. There are already next-gen improvements in the pipeline, including more powerful beams, AI targeting integration, and even mobile aerial platforms. On the battlefield, DragonFire changes the equation entirely. A single Royal Navy ship equipped with this system can now act as a no-fly zone for hostile drones, missiles, or small aircraft, not with expensive ammunition, but with beams of invisible energy. For ground forces, mobile DragonFire units mounted on armored vehicles or trucks offer a fast deploy, low-profile defense against UAV swarms, one of the fastest-growing threats in modern warfare. As we've seen in recent global conflicts, drone technology has rapidly outpaced traditional defenses. DragonFire levels the playing field, and then some. But there's another, subtler aspect to this technology: a psychological impact. The mere knowledge that a military unit is equipped with a laser weapon that can silently disable your tech in midair introduces a whole new layer of deterrence. This is strategic dominance through invisibility. And it's not just military applications that are being explored. There's potential for DragonFire-style systems to be deployed in the private sector for critical infrastructure protection, defending airports, power plants, or government buildings from small UAV incursions. The UK's approach with DragonFire also signals a broader shift in global defence philosophy. Rather than competing in the arms race of missile stockpiles, the emphasis is shifting to precision, sustainability, and flexibility. With increasing attention to the environmental cost of warfare, directed energy weapons offer a cleaner, more sustainable model of defense. Well, it's very possible that by the end of this decade, traditional explosive missiles will start to become niche tools used for large-scale operations only, while laser-based systems like DragonFire take over the bulk of defense and interception roles. Britain's DragonFire might be the first step, but it certainly won't be the last. Allied nations are watching closely. Some are already beginning joint programs, while others are scrambling to catch up. In many ways, DragonFire marks the start of a new arms paradigm, one where silent, instantaneous, and cost-effective energy dominates the skies. As we head deeper into 2026, one thing is clear: the battlefield is no longer just physical. It's digital, it's energy-based, and it's moving at the speed of light. Thanks for watching Motor Authority. If you enjoyed this dive into the future of defense, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comments, would you trust a laser defense system over traditional missile tech? Or is the silence of DragonFire just a little too eerie? Until next time, stay curious, stay sharp, and never blink when the beam hits.